Hi and welcome back. Today is such a lovely overcast day, and with 2 days left to go, it doesn't look like it's going to clear up. We may have a little bit of sunshine tomorrow, but on Monday, which is eclipse day, we have about a 50-50 chance of actually seeing the ring. I'm trying to see if I can't get that filmed, and then I'll put it up. If not, I'm sorry. It's just Mother Nature happens. But one thing that I have heard that kind of gives us deja vu is that they are putting away chickens again. The largest egg producer in Texas has just culled a lot of their chickens due to the avian flu. So egg prices are going to go up again. Chicken prices are going to go up again. And it is also crossing over to the dairy cattle. Dairy cattle are getting avian flu. So stock up on eggs, chicken, beef, and dairy products. That way, right now, hopefully, we'll get enough to last quite a little bit longer time, because paying $25 for a box of 5 dozen eggs, which will last us the entire month, is about ridiculous. Now we're going to go ahead and take some of the eggs that we purchased. We have an egg source. We do have a local producers that do animal rescues, but they have all these eggs and they don't know what to do with them, so they sell the eggs to buy the feed to be able to take care of the animals. It's kind of a circle of life situation. We purchased our eggs. We get them unwashed, so they look dirty, but they're not. They still have the bloom on them. What that is a protective coating around the egg, so that the supposed chicken inside doesn't rot before it hatches. We're going to go ahead and make some egg bites and freeze those into individual meals. That way there's at least a little bit of breakfast throughout this entire thing. I got 10 dozen eggs. I've already used some, but we're only going to be using a dozen at a time. My first one that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, is going to be bacon and cheddar. Well, Colby cheddar and bacon. So let's get started. First things first, we need to shred the cheese. Let's get on that. This is going to go real quick, so make sure you have your muffin tins, or I'm using little bowls to be able to make these egg bites. Make sure they're ready and a little bit greased up. What I'm doing here is I'm putting these into a bowl. We're going to add water to the bottoms of these because you don't want the tops of the egg bites to actually crack. You want a little bit of moisture in there. Now this is going to move fast. All right, putting everything together. You're going to want to go ahead and crack your eggs, put them in the blender. If you want, you can also crack the eggs, put them in a bowl, and put them in the blender, so that way you're not digging out shell with the blade inside of it to, grab your hand. This way you can also find all the bad ones. You can kind of halfway tell if they're the bad because of their weight. These are a little bit heavier than normal store-bought eggs. Some of them are duck eggs. Some we're waiting on goose eggs because they stopped laying. We may or may not be able to get those. Those are good. Now the original recipe calls for 6 eggs. I'm doing a dozen. Okay, and there we have a dozen eggs. No shell. I'll put these away. This is going to go by fast. We're going to go ahead and dump our eggs. Teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon pepper. Omit the pepper if you don't like pepper. These are all selected, by the way. You can do any type of eggs. This is the most versatile dish that you'll ever come across. We're doing the bacon and cheddar. This time you can do a Mexican style with chorizo. It just cook the chorizo. You can do an Indian style or an Asian style type of egg bite. Italian, you can use the fresh herbs in the garden. You know, do one of my, you know how I made the garden omelet there a few episodes back? You can make those. This is the most versatile recipe you will ever have, and it starts with an egg. Half a cup of almond flour. Now, it says 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. For the most part, we're altering the original recipe to this because of dietary needs. I am letting you know what it is being substituted for. So that way, if you want to do the original recipe, you can. Okay. Half a cup of almond flour. And it's the original recipe calls for 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. I bought cottage cheese. I ate the cottage cheese. But we're only going to go ahead and add the 1.5 cups to this to the dozen instead of doubling that, because we don't need that much dairy. Which is basically this whole 16-ounce jar of sour cream. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the entire thing. You know what? I am going to put some garden veggies in here. I'm going to put a little bit of my green onion. Notice we're not putting any of the bacon or the cheese in here yet. The cheese we can put in here, but the bacon I kind of want to have a little bacon feel to it. So we're going to go ahead and blend all this up with the cheese. And then we'll put the bacon bits in last and kind of pulse it so it's not so chopped up. But we're going to put, let's see, a whole cup of cheese in here. So there's not going to be a lot of dairy. And just FYI, there's a lot of dairy in the original. This is a 1/4 cup measuring spoon or measuring cup, but I'm going overboard with it, so I'm only put 3 in here. That's about a cup. All right, let's go ahead and blend this up. All right, blend it up, and then let's go ahead and add the bacon bits and just pulse it. Now for this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup. Half a cup. And the rest of the bag, because that's all that's in there. Something else to put on the list to go shopping for. All right, let's go ahead and pulse. And that's done. That was really quick. You want to preheat your oven to 350. I think I calculated out 180 Celsius, if anybody is, paying attention. I am American. I'm sorry. It's how we learned. These have a little bit of oil in them, and you're going to go ahead and fill each of these halfway. I may have to do 2 batches, maybe. So you don't want them full. I mean, this is kind of like a breakfast souffle. I do believe the other recipe is for a sous vide. If you don't know what that is, that's basically boiling it in a boil bag. And putting it in hot water. That actually filled up. That's a whole batch right there. So 10 ramekins, 12 eggs. So each one of these is about an egg-ish. A little bit over an egg, along with the cream or sour cream and other stuff that is in here. So let's go ahead and get these in the oven. Put the water in the bottom. Make sure that there's at about 1 inch. And then we're going to put these in until they are nice and firm. And if you stick a toothpick in the middle, just like you do a cake, and it comes out clean, they're done. So let's go ahead and get that done. Hi. You got your favorite ball? It makes noises. You want to show everybody? Here. Ow. Come on. Ready? All right. Now that we have these out, we're going to let these completely cool. Pop these out, put them on a tray, put them in the freezer and freeze these individually because each one of these can be like a snack or a breakfast on the go. And this is one way you can go ahead and bake with eggs right now to try to save you a little bit of money. Even if you pay $3.50 $3 a dozen. Even if you pay $3 a dozen, you're still saving money instead of going over to the most popular coffee house to get an order of these. Well, that's about it for this week. I have been busy. I bought some shelves for the shed, the industrial strength shelving, and they were like $100 on clearance. I got everything that they had. They only had 3 left. Bought all 3. Got that organized and up and running. So I'm a little bit sore today, and I'll be probably working more on Sunday to clean up the yard. It's slow going. It really is. I don't move like I used to. But hopefully, cross our fingers, we'll be able to see something on Monday. If not, I apologize. Well, thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time.